The show is live and local. It's your connection to local performances. On today's program, we'll be letting you hear from some of the students in the Illinois Summer Youth Music Program at the University of Illinois. That's ISYM, drawing people from throughout the state especially, but elsewhere as well. And they're in their first week of those sessions, and tomorrow during the day will be the first of the public performances that'll happen over 3 Saturdays, this one, next one, and then 2 weeks after that. We'll be previewing some of those as well in the coming Fridays. We have one brass instrument with us next, but it is part of an ensemble that is sort of a misnomer, typically called either wind quintet or woodwind quintet, the wind quintet being more accurately descriptive, since only 3 of the instruments have any wood in them at all, and flute used to once upon a time, but not the one that our performer is playing. And then, of course, the horn, which is all metal and either cork or neoprene, depending upon what she's got on her particular instrument. These are instrumentalists from the ISYM program, and their names, which I didn't have a chance to check ahead, so hopefully I'll get them right or close. The flutist is Malika Patel, and oboist Caitlin Nielsen. Clarinetist is Mitchell Lutz, and it was going to be one or the other. Bassoonist Rachel Hecht, and horn player Lauren Laney. All right, not too bad. Thank you all for coming in. How's your week been so far?
Excellent. Fun.
We had a great time.
Amazing.
Oh, wow, those are some great words. Excellent, fun, had a great time, amazing. Did I miss one? Either way, that's wonderful. Are you also all in one of the bands? Everybody in a band?
2 of them are in orchestra.
2? Oh, who's in orchestra here? The horn player and the bassoonist. So you'll be playing in the orchestra concert tomorrow morning. And the rest of you in concert band?
Symphonic band.
All 3 in symphonic band. Gives me a chance to say that those 2 bands will be playing back-to-back, starting at 11:30. The senior concert band will be at Follinger Great Hall at the Krannert Center in Urbana, and then these students will be in the senior symphonic band, also in that same space. That concert starts at 1 o'clock. The orchestra concert, as I mentioned earlier, will start at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, also in the Follinger Great Hall at the Krannert Center. We learned from the string quartet people that they rehearse in bits of half-an-hour segments or hour segments. How much time have you guys had as a quintet during this week?
Well, we started on Monday, and we've been playing about an hour each day.
And you have some different coaches working with you. Tell me a couple things that you have learned from the coaches about the music that you're going to play. Things that you can take with you as you go back home on Sunday.
I've had to give a lot of head cues in the beginning of the pieces as a flute player.
So the flutist in particular nodding at the various other players, saying, this is where we start this and this is where we start that sort of thing. Okay, what else?
I've only been in brass quintets before, so I've learned how to play with woodwinds.
And how do you play with woodwinds?
It's a little different feel, and it's lighter and a lot quieter.
I was going to say, I bet you just can't play quite as loud as you would in a brass quintet, because you're not competing with trumpets and trombone and tuba and so on. One other little tidbit you've learned this week?
To listen around to the other 4 players with me.
Well, that's something you need to do in music in general, don't you?
Yeah.
But even more important in chamber music.
Yes.
Why do you think?
Because a lot of times your part is similar to someone's, but also a little bit different. Like a lot of times I will have something with Malika, but it's a little bit different, so we have to make sure we are together, even though we're not playing all the same notes.
And also we don't have a conductor.
So that's where the head nodding comes in.
Yep.
Or the flute bobbing, or depending upon... And often, I mean, the cues often come from the flutist, but not always, right?
Yeah.
It depends who might have the melody at a given moment. And, well, we get to hear at least some of what you've learned from the coaches and how it all comes together. You're going to play some music by Mozart for us. This is an Allegro Molto from one of his divertimentos. And these are members of one of the 4 wind quintets that are using rotating coaches at ISYM this week. Malika Patel, Caitlin Nielsen, Mitchell Lutz, Rachel Hecht, and Lauren Laney. Take it away, live on Live and Local. Wonderful job. It was music by Mozart from his 14th Divertimento, Kerkel 270, if you really want to know. That was the Allegro Molto movement from there, and performed by 5 students from the ISYM program, Illinois Summer Youth Music, at the University of Illinois, which is having its first session this week. There'll be sessions next week as well, and then on the third session 2 weeks after that. And they were flutist Malika Patel, oboist Caitlin Nielsen, clarinetist Mitchell Lutz, bassoonist Rachel Hecht, and horn player Lauren Laney. And they can be heard variously, depending upon which. Well, 2 of them will be in the Senior Orchestra concert tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and then the other 3 in the Senior Symphonic Band concert tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. There's also both of those at the Krannert Center in the Follinger Great Hall. There's also the Advanced Piano Camp giving a recital at Smith Memorial Hall, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and the musical theater camp performing at 10:30 in the Caldwell Playhouse, the Cranard Center, and the senior concert band at 11:30 back in the Follinger Grade Hall. So lots of opportunities to hear some really fine students from across the state and beyond. By the way, where do you all come from? Malika?
I'm from Peoria.
You're in Peoria. And Caitlin?
I am from Arlington Heights.
Arlington. And Mitchell?
I'm also from Peoria.
Also Peoria. Rachel?
Sycamore.
And Lauren?
Georgia.
Georgia as in the state?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Everybody else from Illinois. Oh, I was pretty sure that people came from elsewhere besides Illinois, and you just proved that was true. Well, you all sounded great. Obviously done a great job learning from your coaches and making some good music. And heard live here on Live and Local. Also going to be heard live in just a few minutes. Countertenor Jay Carter and lutenist Jeff Noonan. He's actually going to be playing a fascinating instrument called the theorbo. They'll preview some music from the concert Sunday night by the Baroque Artists of Champaign-Urbana that's happening in Champaign. And the music director Chester Alvis will be with us as well. Stay tuned to Live and Local. Much more to come here on FM 90.9.